Watchmen, arguably one of the best graphic novels slash comic books ever written. Now, if you've not read it, you need to go and read it because it is a seminal piece of work. It's great. It reminds me a lot of like high concept television shows of today, where there's like mystery and a lot of things going on that need to be figured out, and things are revealed at a certain point in just such a brilliant way that it kind of blows your mind. So if you've never read it, I suggest you go and buy it. You can find it pretty much anywhere. It always seems to be in print as far as I'm aware. Whether you Comixology it or go to your local comic book store, whatever, just read Watchmen. But now to the meat and bones of this video. Watchmen in the DC universe is such a weird concept to me. And although I keep on saying Watchmen, what I actually mean is Minutemen. But however, nobody knows them as the Minutemen because the book is called Watchmen. So people just call them Watchmen. So when I say Watchmen, I actually mean Minutemen. But yeah, the Watchmen in the DC universe, I can't tell if it's like a great idea or a bit of a reach, because in the process of creating the Watchmen graphic novel, the Watchmen series, like those characters were so far removed from DC that it's an entirely separate, to me it's an entirely separate kind of universe anyway. So to then bring them into the DC universe just seems so weird to me. It seems really odd. It's like DC have this thing that is like held up there so high that for some reason it's gotten to the point to them where they've just gone, screw it, let's make it part of or be involved with kind of our main universe in some way. And it just seems so odd because Watchmen was so self-contained. It was beginning, middle and end and then done. And then they tried to bring it back with like the before Watchmen stories and try to do stuff with that. And some of it was alright. I got like the Rorschach series, which was alright. It just seemed a bit excessively violent. It's just one of those things, but obviously it would never be as good as the original stories, the original book. And that's unfortunate. But yeah, in DC Rebirth, where we saw that cover, we saw that hand, and obviously we got the comedian's badge, and it's just like I don't know if this is the smartest thing ever or one of the dumbest things ever. Like I'm literally not sure. Like here in Doomsday Clock, which is going to be the story in which I believe Superman meets Dr. Manhattan, or Dr. Manhattan at least meets some of the DC universe. Like Rorschach's journal is read by Batman apparently in the Doomsday Clock storyline. But again, it's just so weird imagining these two things that were kind of meant to be entirely separate kind of becoming one and having one story. I mean, I kind of like the idea that people in the DCU had like 5 years or so stolen from them. Things were supposed to return to normal after Flashpoint, and they didn't because Dr. Manhattan intervened and messed with stuff. I actually quite like that idea of him messing with stuff and kind of changing everything. But did it have to be Dr. Manhattan? Could it not have been something or someone else? And I mean, what's kind of like with the, not obsession, but with the want of DC trying to link in the Watchmen to everything? I don't know, I just find it a bit jarring. I don't know why. It's like they're trying to keep them relevant. Not that those characters have to be, because like I said, they're in a self-contained story. A self-contained story which is held in high regard by a lot of people. So I don't know if there's any point in trying to remind us. It's like they're trying to remind us like, oh yeah, Watchmen, we were involved in that. We published that, just so you know. Just so you really know, we're gonna chuck him into the whole reason for DC Rebirth happening. It could be genius. It could be absolutely genius. But on the other hand, it could just seem like a reach. and I don't know which of the two it's going to be. I really don't know how to feel about it. I'm pretty much on the fence. I could go either way depending on how the story goes, but we'll see as time goes on. And as always, I want to know as to what you think. Do you think the Watchmen being in the DCU makes sense? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bit of a reach? Do you think it could go well? Do you think it could go terribly? Let me know in the comments. Hit the bell notification, like, subscribe if you've not done so already, share with people who haven't seen any of my content, and as always, I will catch you on the next one. Totally forgot to mention, you can also hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, and my handle is @BigA85GL. Should be on the screen somewhere.